if you want to get into AI and start learning how to use it, so not as a developer or like an AI industry professional, but as a normal person who wants to improve their skills beyond what you can do, say, by asking ChatGPT for recipes. Like, what's a good AI tool that you can learn today that will put you on the cutting edge of AI that is not too difficult? I have that tool for you. It just came out. It is super powerful and it is also easy to use, but it does have its idiosyncrasies. So let's get into it. Hi, everybody. My name is Maria Korolov. I am a technology journalist and I have been for decades because I'm old. And I cover enterprise AI at my day job. And I talk to companies that are deploying AI, and I talk to experts building AI systems, and I talk to analysts and consultants and all those people about what's happening in the industry. And on this channel, I talk about what all that means, not for the large enterprises that I write about at my day job, but for normal people, people like myself, or like mid-career professionals, content creators, people who see the industry changing around them. So as a journalist, I definitely see the industry changing around me. And I want to stay on top of those changes so that, I still have a job when all of this settles down. All right, so the tool I want to talk about today is Claude Cowork. So this is from Anthropic. Anthropic is one of the big four players in the AI space, and it's on top of many of the rankings. And it's Claude AI is the most popular and the best one for coding and for a whole bunch of other tasks. A lot of people think it's the best writer. It's got a whole bunch of features out there, but I'm just going to talk about their basic $20 plan, not the coding one, but the basic one that anybody can get if you're not a developer. And they now have a Claude desktop tool that you can use that is called Cowork. That's COWORK. And you download it and you install it on your desktop. And there's also a Chrome extension for Claude that you can install into Chrome. And here is what I've been experimenting with it for a couple of days because it just came out for Windows last week. So this is a brand new tool. Not too many people know about it yet. But if you heard about something called OpenClaw, which is like a personal assistant that can do anything for you, well, Claude Cowork is like that, except it's a lot more user-friendly and slightly safer. So it is still a dangerous thing to use. So before using it, make full backups. The backup that I recommend is iDrive. I'm going to post a link to it. Not an affiliate. This is just what I've been using for ages. They've got a good combination of price and features. And the way I have it set up is that it's an always-on continuous cloud backup. So every time you make a change to your file on your computer, it saves the change, but also keeps the old files still around. So you get a ton of memory for a pretty low price, and they always have like initial offers for people who are just starting. Highly recommend, but you can get online backups from almost anywhere, or you can get a physical backup like with a USB drive or something like that. So before you start doing any of this stuff, make a backup. All right, so moving on. So I have certain tasks that I need to do that require visiting certain websites or copying and pasting things from each other or doing stuff on my desktop. And Claude Cowork can handle a lot of this. So it's not necessarily great at it, but it's already better than the other tools I've tried so far. So it will evolve quickly. So any instructions that I would give for you probably will be obsolete in a week or two. It does have its own kind of feel to using it. And so if you're want to learn something really super powerful, but super easy, and experiment with its capabilities. And if you actually want to create like a virtual assistant that does actual work for you instead of just answering questions, but that will actually update documents and copy stuff from this place into this place and do some kind of analysis and make decisions and then do other stuff based on those decisions, Claude Cowork is the one for you. Kind of like a personal Jarvis kind of situation if you're an Iron Man fan. So, so install it on your desktop, Claude Cowork. Go to Claude, I think it's claude.com. Let me double check. Claude.ai. So I'm gonna post a link in the description box below. So Claude.ai. If you have not yet picked an AI plan, you can use that and sign up for it. I highly recommend if you're going to be using an AI and you haven't picked one yet, Claude AI is a good place to go. And install Claude Cowork. You can Google Claude Cowork and you'll get an install link, but I'll also put it in the description box down below. And then also install the Chrome extension. And I'm going to be putting the link to that down below as well. Again, be very careful about the permissions you give to these things, because this is all brand new and this can go haywire very, very easily. Use it for low risk use cases. So the routine work that takes time, that nobody really cares about, but you really should do, but you never get around to it because it's not really that important and nobody really cares about it. Those are the things that you should automate first. And this will give you an opportunity to learn how the system works, how it thinks, and when you go into your next job, it will be a skill that you have. Or if you're an independent freelancer, then you can automate parts of your business. If you're a small business owner, you can automate parts of your business. If you're a content creator, you can automate the parts of your content creation that you want to automate. So even if you write stuff by hand, you might still use it for your marketing. You might use it to analyze your income reports or your book sales or your website analytics or YouTube analytics or what have you. So it can be a very useful general purpose assistant that can do basically anything that you can do on your desktop or in your browser, it can do for you. And right now, pretty much everything we do is on our computer desktops or in our browser, right? So highly recommend. I am going to be checking out like a bunch of different use cases for it, but I don't know how useful that will actually be. But I'll post a link to like collections of use cases for Claude Cowork to give you some ideas about where to start. And there's in-depth tutorials about how to use it and how to set it up. And I might do one, I don't know. And I might write about it at my day job as well. So we'll see how that goes. If I do, I'll share those links. All right, well, let me know if you try it out, what you think of it. Again, be very, very careful about what you ask for, because it is a very, very powerful tool. It can do a lot. But, imagine giving like a crazy person access to your computer and your browser with like all your logins and passwords and stuff that's in there. Yeah, be careful. All right. Some people will actually set up a brand new computer or an old computer they've got lying around that they're not using and just use that. So it's in an isolated little environment. So if you have that, I recommend you can start there, or just be very, very careful about what you ask for. All right, let me know how it goes. Thanks. Bye-bye.